Good morning, dear students. Today, I welcome you all to this session number 38. In this session, we are going to discuss about close test and its rules. So now let me share the PPTs. Okay. Now, I again welcome you all to this session number 38. In this session, we are going to discuss about close test with some examples and some grammar rules as well as usage. So in the previous session, you have already discussed about some tips to solve the cloze test. Here are some rules about grammar, usage, and some other vocabulary, how to use the vocabulary. So first rule here is, first of all, go through the complete passage and get a rough idea about the content to make the right choice among the given words. We already know that in the cloze test, they will provide a set paragraph. So, by going through that paragraph, we must understand the context and we'll try to get a rough idea about the paragraph. Then, second option here is eliminate the less probable option. It is the second rule. So, when we are in confusion to find the answer to fill the blanks, we must go through this elimination method. Some of the examples here, let us see them. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಯಮವನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. Can we have a dash chat? So can we have a let's use this elimination method here. Can we have a swift chat? So this seems to be right answer, but this is not right. Can we have a quick chat? Yes, this may be a appropriate answer. Can we have a prompt chat? No prompt chat. So here, can we have a quick chat is the right option by using this elimination method. Second example, she was worried dash the history test. Let's use elimination method here. She was worried to the history test. No. She was worried about the history test. Yes, it seems to be right. Worried about the history test. Then third one, think like the author. Each passage is written in certain tone, humor, serious, narrative, and so on. So you always try to think like the author by reading that passage, because each passage is written in a certain language, certain humor, serious narrative. Like this, he may use these things here. So whenever I dash at the moon, my heart dash with pleasure. Whenever I about at the moon, no, it doesn't come here. Whenever I looked at the moon, this seems to be phrasal verb. So whenever I looked at the moon, my heart filled with pleasure. So you have to think like author by using this method. Fourth one here is decide the correct parts of speech. To decide the right parts of speech, you need to keep the following things in the mind. First one, a noun or pronoun. A noun will be required if the blank is at the position of subject or object. The blank should be at the position of subject. So, example here, every leader should perform his duty. So, the blank here is the noun. Leader is known as, we call leader as a noun. So here the blank is at the position of subject. And his duty, his is a pronoun. Second one, if the blank is after an adjective, example, a little knowledge is dangerous thing. So what is little here? Little is an adjective. So if the blank knowledge, we have filled this blank knowledge already. So a little dash is dangerous thing. So if the blank comes after this adjective little, we have filled that with knowledge. So if the blank is after an adjective, so we must use the noun. If the blank is after the preposition, example, he sat beside me. Beside here is a preposition. So me is a pronoun. So if the blank comes after the preposition beside me, we must use noun or pronoun. Then go through the adjective. An adjective will be required if the blank requires a qualifier for a preceding or following noun or pronoun. The blank is just before noun. Example, do you have any problem? Problem here is a noun. So any is an adjective. So if the blank is just before noun, we must use the adjectives. See, adverb. An adverb is required if the blank is after a verb. Let's see the example. He works hard. Hard here is adverb. That tells something about the verb work. Next, second one is the blank is before the subject at the beginning of a sentence. Example, only I know the truth. So, before the subject. I is subject in this example. Only comes as adverb. So, only I know the truth. The conjunction. A conjunction is required if the blank required a word to combine two words or sentences. You know that. That is conjunction. That joins two words or sentences. Example, I respect him because he is honest man. Here are two sentences. I respect him one. Second one is he is honest man. Both sentences have been joined with the conjunction because. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ conjunction ಎರಡು ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಜೋಡಿಸಿದೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ example, I respect him because he is honest. Article. An article is required if the blank is before a noun. So article needs here if the blank is before noun. And the example, he is an heir to the throne. So you could not pronounce it as hair. You can pronounce this as air because H is silent here. So that's why you should use the article an. ಇಲ್ಲಿ an article ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಚ್ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ರೀತಿ ಏರ್ ಅಂತ. The blank is before a comparative or superlative degree. He is the better of the two wrestlers. So better here is a comparative degree. That's why we should use the article the here before better. Second example, he is the best student of our class. The best. Best is the, you know that best is superlative degree. So when superlative degree comes, we must use the article the here. Then preposition. That one is preposition. A preposition is required if the blank required a word to relate two words. So preposition always tells something about subject and object, and that gives the relationship between subject and object. Example, the cat jumped upon the rat. Upon here is a preposition. That that gives the that tells something about the cat and the rat. The verb. A verb is required if the blank is after a subject. Example, they played very well. We know that the sentence verb is subject, verb, and object. So verb comes after the subject. Hence, they is subject here. Play, the verb comes after the subject. ಇಲ್ಲಿ play ಅನ್ನುವಂತ verb they ಅನ್ನುವ subject ಇನ ನಂತರ ಬಂದಿದೆ. The blank is after a helping verb. We have to make the system work. ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ನಂತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಚ್ ಎ ಫ್ರೇಸಲ್ ವರ್ಬ್. ಎ ಫ್ರೇಸಲ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಫಿಟ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಎಜಿಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೇಸಲ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕು. ದ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಫ್ರೇಸಲ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಫ್ರೇಸಲ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಫಿಲ್ when the phrasal verb comes in the passage. Commonly used phrases. The people are amassing in the capital in a display of anger at the government. In a display of anger is a commonly used phrase here. ಸಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟಿಸು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಗರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟಿಸು. And sixth one is most important rule is that enhance your vocabulary and comprehension of a language. So ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ vocabulary ಮತ್ತು comprehension ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಈಸಿಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ now let's see some examples. The honeybee is very unusual kind of insect dash other which live alone. The honeybee lives as a dash of community. Honeybee live in what is known as a bee. Let's use some rules of the grammar here. So in the first blank, we'll use elimination method. Honeybee is very unusual kind of insect. So here is a comparison that is unlike. You can put the answer, you can fill the first blank with the answer unlike. Which live alone. The honeybee lives as a dash of community. So who lives in the community? The people. The people means here member. So second blank we should put as a, and the honeybees lives dash in what known as a bee colony. So here live is a verb. There should definitely come adverb that is together. So this is the remaining answer also. So this is together work here as a adverb. Togetherly adverb with work ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು third bank ನಲ್ಲಿ together ಅನ್ನು fill ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So bee lives together in what is known as a bee colony. Second example, whenever I dash at the moon, my heart dash with pleasure. I wish I had dashed to fly up to the moon. I know if I could dash to become and dash, I would be able to go to the moon. So whenever I dash at the moon, so what do you do at the moon? Look at here is a phrasal verb. My heart dash with pleasure. What? So that filled with the pleasure. The in the bracket filled is given in the first place. So filled with the pleasure. I wish I have dashed to fly. To fly, what do you need? You need wings. ಈ ಹಾರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳು ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ರಹೆನ್ಷನ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಈಸಿಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲೈ ಅಪ್ ಟು ದ ಮೂನ್. I know if I could dash to become an. ಇಲ್ಲಿ an ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಓವೆಲ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನೌನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ an astronaut. This gives vowel sound when the this word begin with that vowel letter. An astronaut, I would be able to go to the moon. Now let's go quickly through the answer. The honeybee is very unusual kind of insect. Unlike other insects which live alone, the honeybee lives as a member of a community. Honeybees lives together in what is known as bee colony. Whenever I looked at the moon, my heart filled with pleasure. I wish I have wings to fly up to the moon. I know if I could grow up to become an astronaut, I would be able to go to the moon. Like this, by using all the grammar rules, usage, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, by using all these rules, we must solve the cloze test very effectively. With this discussion, I will end the session.